Hi there, and welcome to the channel. I'm Mike, and I'm excited to share another Divi tutorial with you. My goal here is to make living during Divi as straightforward as possible. Today we're going to see how to reveal an underlying image grid in your hero with Divi's sticky options. So as we scroll, you see the images come from underneath. Alright, so if that's something that interests you, grab your favorite beverage and let's jump right in. Alright, so to start this, the best we're going to have to do is we just go on start a new page, add a new page. Okay, we're going to call this reveal underlying image grid. Nice creative name. And we're going to use the Divi builder to build this. Alright, so I want to build this from scratch just to show the tutorial, and as it opens up it's asking for us to insert a row, but I first want to go and do some changes on the section settings. So the very first thing I want to do is I want to change the background to a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, and once that's done, I also want to give it some spacing. So a bottom padding of 120 VH. Alright, so VH, if you're not familiar with that, that's the viewfinder, so it's going to do more than the full screen. So if I scroll down, you see it goes longer than the full screen. 100 would be full screen, so it's the viewer's height. So whatever device you're viewing it on, it'll display 100%, or in this case, because I put 120, 120% of the viewer's height. Okay, so once we've done those settings, we can then jump in and we can put in our first row. So the first row is we want to add in all the different images that we want. So in this case, we select the four columns. All right. Once the 4 columns are open, we then go and jump into the row settings before we do anything else. Design. We go to sizing. We want to do a custom gutter width. My speaking today, apologies, it's not very clear. And then for gutter width, we want to go for 2, the spacing between each. Right, for width, we want to go 100%, and for maximum width, we want to go 2580. So pretty much try and force full screen on large screens as well. All right, once you have that done, scroll down, we can go into spacing, and then on spacing we want to do margin top, so we want to push it down a little bit. On desktop we want to do it at 10 VH, but then on mobile and tablet we want to do this 5 VH. Okay. Then I think the final thing we probably want to do here is we want to change the Z index to 10. So what Z index is if you're not familiar, it controls the element position on the Z axis. So elements with a higher Z index values will sit atop elements with lower Z indexes. So think of these elements over here, or even this element, this whole big thing that's giving you, this will have a higher Z index than anything at the back, right? Because this one is sitting on top. That should give you an idea as to how the Z index works. All right. Now what we want to do is we want to jump back into this row settings, but we want to go to each of these columns. And in each of these columns, we want to go to advanced, and we want to add custom CSS to the module element, and we want to go to the main element. So what we want to do here is we want to add in the CSS. I'll make this important. All right, and then again, one more thing we want to add in is margin 0, and again we want this to be important. All right, so what we're basically doing is taking this out, because we want to make sure we're only putting this on the phone elements. All right, why we want to put it on the phone element? Watch the first two that you see here. See it? It jumps to the side. So it's only taking up 50% of the screen now. Now when I go and I put the 50% on the next one over here, you'll see what happens and how this makes a big difference. All right, so let's just go and put that onto the second one. And again, we put it in the wrong place. So if we go to there and to phone and we put it in here, you see it jumps to the side. So in effect, that's what we want to try and get. We want to take 50% of that one and 50% of this one. And now we just do the same for the bottom two. Let's remember to go to the phone and not the desktop. I put it in, okay. And the last one, the same thing. Okay, so now if we scroll up, you'll see it takes up each one and they're lying side by side. All right, now what we want to do is we want to do a few changes here. We want to open up the second column 2. And in column 2, we want to go and increase the Z index. So advanced, position, the Z index. And we want to increase this to 12. All right. Okay, and then now we can add some images. Let's go and just add any image that you have. All right, so you select the image that you want. And in my case, I'm going to go with this one over here. And I'm going to put it into place, okay? Then what we want to do is we want to give it a bit of settings here. So we want to go to spacing. And we want to go to bottom margin, but only on tablets and phones. So over here we got 10 pixels. All right. And then also we want a right margin of 2%. Okay, so basically just saying that over here we want a margin of 10, and on the right here we want a margin of 2%. So it's going to give us a bit of padding or spacing between the items. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to save this, and we want to duplicate this image module. We want to duplicate it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then what we'll do is we just want to pull it across and drop them into the various columns. This is why we love Divi. Makes everything so simple, especially when it works. Yeah. I only want 4 columns. Okay, so this one I'm going to pull across, and it didn't work again. So this is one of the drawbacks. There we go. Make sure you get that highlighted section and don't try rush like I am. All right, so once we have the 4 done like this, what we want to do is we obviously want to change the images. So I'm going to change this image, and I'm going to select this one. All right, and then I'm also going to select this one and change this one out for, let's put this. Okay. And I'm going to change this one as well. Okay. So once we have these images changed, what we want to do is we want to jump into image 2. I'm going to design. and we want to go to spacing, and then there where we have on tablets and phones, we want to change the 2% right. We want to put it 2% left. Okay, and then we'll do the same for the number 4. So we just want to remove it from there and put it in over there. Okay, that sets the base for our images. Now let's move to the text. Alright, for the text we want to add in another row, and for this row we just want to add in a single row. Add in a single row, and then for the background we want to add in a gradient, and then we want to go from 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then for the other option we want to put white, but we want to draw the opacity all the way down. Okay, so once we have that, let's go and change some of the sizing. So again, this one we want to make sure it's 100%, and just like the other one, we also want to push this one as far as we possibly can. And then we will look at some spacing. For spacing, we want to do a lot of padding in the top and the bottom. So if we go into padding here, remember the view height, we want to do 20 view height this time, but we also want to do 20 view height at the bottom. Alright, so that's going to give us a lot of spacing in between. Alright, now what we want to do is we also want to change this one. The position of this, we want to change to absolute. We want to put it to the top center. And we want to change this Z index to 12. So I want to put it higher. Alright, you can already see it's changing color there. Okay, so inside this one, we want to put a text module. So why I'm clicking over here so easily is because I know that my row I've set to absolute and I've set it to top center, so that's pushed my whole row to the top already. And that's how I know. If I hover here, you can see there's the 20 VH and the 20 VH. So I know that this is the one for the particular row that we've just added. Alright, so if I click add a new module there, I want to add in a text module. And I want to go type in Divi text effects and action. Alright, so there we go. We've got the text added. Let's make this to an H1. And then once that's done, let's go and change some of the settings. So the font, let's make this Cum Sans. Let's make it bold. Let's make sure it's all uppercase. We want to make the alignment center. Okay, we want to make the color a green, and we want to change the text size. So text size on desktop, we want to make 120. Then on tablets, we want to bring this down to 60. And on mobile, we want to bring this down to 40. Okay. Should work. Right, now header letter spacing. Let's jump in here and start from the desktop again. Alright, so header letter spacing, we want to put in a -3 for desktop. And then for tablet and phone, we want to make sure this goes back to 0. Alright. And then we want to add in a text shadow. Right, let's select this one over here. Let's just go back to desktop view. Right, so we want this shadow over here, and we want to make sure it is, yep, that's okay. All right, now let's scroll down. Sizing, maximum width here we want 900 pixels. Okay, and then we want to make sure that this is in the center. All right, so I want to bring it in the center over there, and then that should be it for the text. Now we want to add in the button. I think it was see our portfolio. Okay, alignment, we want to bring the center, and then let's customize, because we want to leave our button like this. I don't think it will fit in with the design. All right, so this, and then we want to keep it same on desktop. On mobile, let's push this down to 16. And on phone, let's push it down to 14. All right, that's looking okay. Now, button text color. Let's just jump back to desktop so we can see what's going on. Button text color, let's make this 121212. All right. And then background color, I want to make it this color. Right, okay. Then let's take this border off, and let's give it a radius of 100. That gives it a nice and round. And then perhaps change the font to the same. Sans, and also want to make this bold. Okay. All right, let's just give it a bit of spacing, I think. So on desktop, for top padding, let's give it 20, and I think 20 at the bottom as well. Oh, no, what am I doing? Push it across, all right. And for left and right, let's give it 40. Okay, I think that looks pretty decent. All right, let's go jump into responsive. And for the others, let's only change phone. Okay, for top, let's make it 15. And let's make it, I think let's leave it at 40, I think, for the other one. Let's change back. Let's make this one 50. Yeah. Okay, it's 50, 50, and 40. Okay. Now, that sets the groundwork for all the work that we've done. What we want to do now is we want to go and do the fun stuff, and that is applying the sticky settings. So, first thing we want to do is we want to set the row number 1 to sticky. Now, how can we do that? Well, the thing is, it's very difficult to reach the row 1 because we've brought row 1 up over here like that. Or row 2 up. It's lying over row 1, so we cannot access row 1 from here. But luckily, Elegant Themes has thought about this and given us an option out here. So what we do is we jump into the wireframe by clicking on the 3 dots over here, and then just clicking on this one over here. So if I click there, then you can see here is the wireframe of the website. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to jump into the settings of row 1. There we go, row 1. And we want to go to advanced, position, sorry, no, not position. We want to go to scroll effects, and we want to say stick to top. We want to change this to section and leave the rest as okay. All right, Then what we want to do is we want to go design, we'll go filters, scroll down till you see opacity, and then click this icon over here, which is now the sticky icon. Alright, so if I click on that, I then want to take the default look, I want to push down to about 20%, and then this sticky option I want to push to 100%. Alright, so once that's done, we can save that, and now we jump into the images. So if we go to image 1, we jump into the settings, we can go to design, we go to spacing, and we go to the margin. Now the margin, we now select again the sticky option here at the top, and we go to sticky. Alright, so the sticky margin we want here is -20, and for the right we want -20. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to jump to advanced, and we'll go transitions, and we want to slow down or slow down the transition slightly. So 700. Alright, then let's jump into image 2, and we want to do similar. We want to go to spacing, we want to go to the sticky options, sticky, and for this one, for top, we want to do 20, and for sticky left, we want to do -30. Right, so we want to go here, because I noticed something that I've been leaving out. We want percentages here, not pixels. Alright, and this one we want to do even slower. So transitions, let's make this 1000. Okay, so I just want to fix that mistake I made here. Spacing. Percentage, and this one percentage. Okay, and then we want to save that. We want to go to image 3. So let's jump onto image module 3, and very similar with the same things. Spacing, we want to select the sticky, and now top we want -10%. Alright, left we want -25%, and then right we want the same, -25. Okay, and then transition for this one, we want to put it 700. And finally for image 4, jump into the sticky. Alright, so this one we want to do -20%, and left we want to do -30%. Alright, and our transition. Over here we also want to make 1000. Okay, so if we save this, and we save this draft, and we exit the Visual Builder, then we have the initial look, and then as we scroll, the images come out, and you can see all the different padding and margins coming into play. Alright, so I don't know if you found that as exciting as I do, but I thought that was pretty nifty, and it's so easy to do in Divi. Alright, so that's how you can easily reveal an underlying image grid in your hero using Divi. I hope this will be useful to you as you build out your websites going forward. And if it has, or you found it interesting, do hit that like button down there to let me know, because I am planning to post more Divi tutorials as I learn more about Divi. So if you found this interesting, do subscribe so that you can get notified about the future ones that get uploaded. And your feedback is quite valuable to me, so do leave a comment below with any questions or suggestions for future videos. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.